I'm going through technical pains, but welcome to Manifesting with Ari Mac. I'm your host, spiritual coach Ari Mac. We're live here on my YouTube and on my TikTok on Derek Handlesbar. Thank you so much for joining today. Appreciate. Um, okay, I'm into manifesting, and I know astrology helps with a lot of that because it's like a blueprint. It gives you an idea of what energies you came down the heavens with. It's like an X-ray. Okay. And smell plays a huge factor, guys, in how you respond to things, okay, how you feel about things. And affirming is just what we do anyway. We naturally um, share our thoughts and feelings through words, actions, and deeds. But it's the inner dialogue that tells us we can't do something, or we're not good enough, or we're not smart enough. And that's the energy that I help break through because that's an internal, spiritual, psychological battle within you. Okay. And it takes a great deal of patience and loving yourself. Okay. Loving yourself. Thanks, Skittles. Thanks for joining today. Because that's what the whole teaching's about is to go in and let's just say you didn't have the greatest childhood. Let's just say you didn't have a lot of role models. You still have that divine energy within you to discern what is right and what is wrong. You do. Now, you may be afraid to use it because you may be dealing with some wacky situations, and we've all been there. We've been there. But the way we choose to use this energy takes us to the next level. Right now, today's episode is about the Scorpionic energy we got coming down. It's leading us right now, energetically, all across the board. Can you feel it? A little restlessness, having a hard time sleeping, maybe waking up a couple of times during the night. Okay. These are all signs that that transformational energy that Scorpio brings is in the house. And to manifest with it, you have to watch your affirmations. Okay. You have to look at what your harmonies are with. I go into that in aromatherapy, which I'll share in a little bit. And then you have to know your astrology. You have to understand self because all of this stuff we're going through is coming within ourselves. Okay. And once you learn to master self, you'll learn to balance with the elements because you'll know what elements really truly benefit you and balance with you. And I say benefit because nothing should be held. Thanks, sweetheart. Love the love. Thank you. Okay. Nothing should be held, you guys. You should not walk around constantly in some sort of chaotic situation. It's just not normal. You shouldn't be in constant fear. Hey, Angela, thanks. Thanks for the love. Peace too. You shouldn't walk around being angry. Yeah, you got stuff. I ain't gonna lie to you. There things are going to happen. Okay. Life is in progress. But I'm saying internally, you shouldn't hate yourself. Okay. And one of the things I teach and I coach on is getting that muckety muck up. Usually that came about between 0 and 5. That's when we download pretty much how we view life. And those little images stay with us for our complete existence. Some of us do better, like some of us learn to grow and use what we have to be better people. Some of us don't learn that lesson, become sorry sacks of shit. I'm sorry. Your actions will always speak volumes as to your intent. Okay. Oh, thank you so much. Thanks for the love. Appreciate it. Thanks. And thanks for the love on YouTube too. Thank you guys. Thank you. Don't forget to share. Okay. Now, Suns in Scorpio, happy birthday to all my Scorpios. I want to make sure you guys know I love you. I love Scorpio energy. I think it's transformative. I think you guys got spirituality like in your hearts. Okay. So let's start by saying happy birthday to all my beauties. Okay. Suns in Scorpio just tiptoe in from Libra. So we still have some Libra influences coming down from that sign. Okay. And then we have Mercury, the way we think, also in Scorpio. right now. So that's giving us another taste of that undertow of what we're feeling and how it's coming up. And then we put Mars, the action planet, ruled by normally Aries. That's how we are, okay? How we express ourselves, how we show love. Yeah, that's also in Scorpio. And the planet that rules Scorpio, Pluto, just for giggles and the rest, is in Aquarius. Yeah, I'm feeling it. Yeah, because Scorpio by itself is already intense just on its own because it is dealing with investigation, research, redevelopment, all the undertow that's underneath the investigation, death, taxes, sex, you know, sex transformation, birth, all that fun stuff. Then you throw in Aquarius, which is all that humanitarian, unexpected. They march to their own beat. They do things that are just beneficial for humanities, just because it feels right. Because they didn't come down with egos. They came down with understanding that they're supposed to be like the hive that keeps the bee moving. Okay. And no, I have not talked about Neptune still being in retro. And it went back. I have not. I'm not talking about that today, Clarissa. I'm talking about all the Scorpio energy that we need to use the intent of this energy to grow. Okay, that's what I'm talking about because this Scorpionic energy, it doesn't happen that often where you have this many planets lined up and you're going to be feeling frisky. All right, so I'm just telling you now, if you find yourself wanting to rub up against somebody you ain't seen in a while, or you see a nice piece and you get all excited, that's normal because Scorpio does rule the actual sex organs. Yeah, that's why they're so sexy. Okay, that's why they love sex. And with Mercury being in Scorpio, do I really need to say it? You're gonna feel frisky, and you should feel frisky because it's a lot of Scorpio energy coming down. Now you can take that frisky energy and use the intent of that bubbling of physical love and do something spiritual with it. You can put that in your prayers. You can sit down and write some really beautiful intentions for yourself and really spend some time meditating and doing a lot of self-healing. I'm trying to offer you suggestions that can just help you improve yourself if you don't have the other stuff available. Now if you have all the stuff available, knock yourself out. This will be going on for about a week or two with these alignments, so you got a little 10-14 day window. So please enjoy yourself, feast. And yes, Clarissa, we do have Saturn back in Pisces and Neptune back in Pisces, and they are retrograding. And that's the old sprinkle of other good stuff that the universe gives us. So that's why I said you may have some people from your past pop up, and you may want to rub up against them again because you remembered how good that was. I mean, I ain't knocking it. I'm not judging it. It's cool. Sex is a beautiful thing. We wouldn't be here without sex. You hear what I'm saying? And all of us need some. And I personally, truly believe if more people were having good sex, we would have less bullshit in this world. And I mean that. People that are on a regular sexually satisfied are not that crazy. They're nutty in another way, but it's usually for orgasmic experiences. Do you want to fight after you have climax? Anybody? Ever heard anybody say, you know what I want to do right after you finished? I want to go start a fight. I want to go beat somebody's ass. Anybody say this? I'm listening. No, right? Because when you exude that kind of energy, especially if it's good, you are done for the count. You want to rest, regenerate, and be thankful that whatever energy that was up and bothering you is gone. So for those who have mates or significant others or people you can enjoy, please have a great time, knock yourself out, and make it romantic. For those that are not sure, proceed with caution. Make sure you have the proper attire and gear. And I'm going to leave it at that because y'all all grown. But I'm going to go back to the spiritual part of this Scorpionic energy that we have coming down. You have a great opportunity to tune into what's bothering you. All games aside, no BS. What's bothering you? What's kicking in your ass? What's getting in your crow? Here's the time with this energy to make it happen. Now, I'm releasing a program to give you guys the insight that I do with my personal clients on a regular basis to keep you from losing your mind. I'm also giving you a free report, okay, to give you a little sample, okay, of what you can get on a regular. So please follow the links that I have, okay? Check it out. Be a part of something that's good for your soul, for your spirit. Because look, there's nothing new under the sun. Not a goddamn thing. There ain't nothing that's happened that hasn't happened before, maybe with different clothes, maybe with a better set of utensils, but pretty much the positive, negative, they've been battling. The energy going around in circles, been battling. The only difference is what side mentally do you want to be on? Now, I choose to be on the side of love and light, happiness and prosperity, good health, because negativity needs you to lose your health, your mental well-being, your spiritual balance, and everything in between to seize you. So you stop trying. You just stop trying. You give up hope. And as soon as you do that, they got you. Because you're no longer trying to fight and everything seems to pile up and blah, 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 bleep, bleep, bleep. You know the rest. Well, this energy that we have in front of us now gives you the opportunity to kick that boo-boo energy right on out the door. What is your affirmation? What are you affirming to? Now, at Candles by Ari, I have monthly sales for the candles that I know we're going to need for that month. This month we had an orange, it was tangerine orange. Okay, this is actually the last one that's already sold. It's already out the door. I just haven't packaged it. Okay. And literally, this affirmation that's on this particular one has helped so many people over the years. Just so many people. I still use them because affirmations are something you have to use on a regular basis, people. It is not a one size fit all. It's not a, I say it and I got it and everything. No, it is a constant flow, like how you brush your teeth, you put your outfit together, you make sure your hair don't look crazy, or at least I hope you don't. Okay. And you make sure you don't smell, right? You don't walk out the door without checking, their arms and okay, right? Brush the teeth. Well, affirmations is the same way. Finding the right affirmation that connects with you is going to connect with your soul being. That's your super subconscious mind. Okay, I got an ebook coming. It should be out pretty soon. It's already written. I'm just going through my, artist way, but I got a great staff. I have to say I have great people working with me. So you should be seeing that pretty soon. But the bottom line, what I'm trying to say is learning to affirm should be like breathing. It should be something you're doing on a regular basis, every day, all day long. I affirm for car spots. I do. When I go to anywhere, I'm asking for the perfect spot. I pray for people to be kind to me. Why? Because I don't want people not to be kind to me. Simple as that. I love people, but I do not love being treated like shit by people. I don't know too many people that say that's cool. Do you? So when you learn what your affirmation is, like what you're putting out, what you're saying to yourself, that'll make a huge difference in how you treat yourself and how you be treated. Yeah. Hey, thanks, MT. Thanks, Charles. Thanks for showing up today. Appreciate it. Okay. So affirming, huge point. Huge, huge, huge point. Now, do I have any Scorpios in the house today? Any Scorpios in the house? Let me know. Okay. So if you've been having trouble sleeping, okay, if you've been waking up in the middle of the night and kind of having to get up and walk around for a little bit, that's all about this transformation. That just started about a week ago. It's going to be going on for the next 10 to 14 days. Okay. So I'm just letting you know the energy is about you doing something, putting an intent behind it, putting a purpose to it. So what is it that you need to be doing? What is it you're trying to allow happen in your life? Talk to yourself. Are you sleeping enough? Are you eating right? If anything is bothering you physically, please go check in with a nurse practitioner or a doctor or someone you trust medically. Because the little things the body says can lead to big things the body means. Okay? So please, are you drinking enough water? I know this sounds very simple. Seems like not a big deal, but are you? Are you eating green leafy vegetables each day and a fruit? Okay? Are you taking your multivitamin? These things sound like they should be like no big deal, but I want you to be honest with yourself, those that are live with me right now. How many are you guys are really doing it on a day to day? How many of y'all doing it? Actually, meal planning, actually making sure you have a protein, you have a fruit, you have a vegetable. Okay? So, energetically speaking, okay, we have to do better by opening up our spirits to what it is that we need for self. And nobody knows that but you. Mhm. And it could be just as simply as just having a comfortable place to sleep. And I'll give you an example because one of my clients had a hard time with this kind of energy once before, and we had to do a lot of work on her. And basically, it boiled down to when she was younger, she would have anxiety because her parents would fight late at night when they thought that she was asleep. But somehow, through their arguments, slamming the doors and things of that nature, it always woke her up and it woke her up in, anxiety. So she had a little bit of a problem if somebody was arguing, even in next door to her house, because of her energy. She had to learn how to use earplugs. Mhm. She had to learn how to move her bed around so that the wall didn't face the wall, that whatever that energy was coming from. She had to learn to get better bedding for herself, cushiony, more pillows, more comforters, the whole nine. When we were done, she invested like over $1,000 in her bedroom. But guess what, you guys? She slept like a freaking champ. Did not wake up all night, went into deep, deep, deep sleep. She even started using melatonin just to make sure she got her 8 hours every night. Because when you're robbing yourself of sleep and rest, you guys, you're robbing your body of energy. That's like stealing from yourself because you need that energy. That's why Spirit gives you signals that your body is tired, that it's time for your mind and body to shut down, go do something else, go relax for a little bit, and let them regenerate. Yeah. That's why we admire people who come into success that still look somewhat normal. You know what I mean? They don't look kind of half cocked or look like somebody stuck something up their butt. Those types that once they, hey, Ebony, good afternoon. Thanks for joining. But you know what I'm saying? Those people who made it, but they look like they're fried. I'm talking about the happy people, that did their jobs, enjoyed their work, and did the damn thing. That's all I'm saying. So when we're talking about this transformational energy, and you guys show me some love. Hit me, hit me, hit me. Yes. Thank you. Thank you, Ebony. Appreciate. Thank you. Okay. Because love, guys, goes a long way in this world. Hate, let me just say something about hate. Hate needs you to constantly pay attention to it. Oh my goodness, Ebony. Thank you so much. You're so generous. Appreciate. Thank you, love. Thank you. Thank you. Wow. Okay. Negative energy needs you to pay attention to it. It needs to consume you. It needs you to be focused on just how jacked up it is, how mean it is, how unfair you're being treated. I mean, all that stuff to keep your blood pressure boiling to the point where you are completely burnt the out. And once you're burnt out, guess what, guys? It goes and finds the next victim and keeps right on moving. Does not give a hoot about you. It just wants to zap your energy. But when you cut that bullshit off, right? When you stop paying attention, when you deliberately start saying prayers, affirmations, whatever you got to say within your being to focus on you and what you're doing and rebuking that nonsense, because it's nonsense. You can't do nothing with nonsense. My grandma told me, do not argue with the jackass, Ari. And I said, why, Grandma? She says, because it's a jackass. It ain't going to let you win. And once you accept that, let your blood pressure go down. Let your heart relax. Stop feeling like you got to fight somebody. You ain't got to fight nobody. You got to fight nobody. Okay. And that includes you. You do not have to treat yourself poorly. Okay. But what you do, really, you have to do is you got to get a grip. Yeah. That grip thing, that's real talk. Yeah. You're going to have to find a way to mentally balance yourself. That's where the spirituality comes in. Yeah, because with spirituality, the world of possibilities is infinite. You know not what spirit has. You know not ways spirit works. You can't fathom. I've seen so many what they call miracles that I've come to accept it as being normal when that soul is ready to receive what they're asking for under grace in a perfect way. But how many of us are ready to receive? How many of us are really ready to get in there and open up our hearts to the good that the universe wants to give us? Because spirit wants us to have it, you guys. But we have to affirm for what we want. You have to look at what are you putting in your bodies. Now, the thing about aromatherapy, I'm going to say this, is it goes not just in foods, it goes into senses of smells, colors, fragrances, textures. All that goes into your sense of smell. Okay. So if you have a favorite scent, something that you really enjoy wearing, utilizing on a regular basis, all right, you may want to keep it close by or have a mini version of it in your exit box or your fresh up box, whatever you want to call it, because energetically you need to keep yourself going up now, no matter what stuff is being presented to you. Now that does not mean you're not going to trip. Doesn't mean you won't be like, what? And scratching your ear, as I just illustrated. And it doesn't mean you won't be thinking to yourself, you got to be kidding. I know I didn't ask for that. I know I didn't ask for that. And all of those reactions, totally normal. The universe has seen everything. There's nothing new under the sun. So your process moment, which is what we call it in my world, it's processing. You're hitting that reality that that's not going to go the way whatever your mind thought. And now the universe has stepped in, which you prayed for, you meditated on, you affirmed for, and now you got to let it roll. That's the process. Now, having information about what's going on in astrology, having an affirmation that's pretty much digging and some suggestions on aromatherapy. See, that's what I do on a regular basis. And that keeps a lot of things very balanced in my world and in the world of my people. So definitely like, follow, okay, and share, because ain't nothing wrong with helping your fellow human being that's trying to improve themselves. I don't think there's anything wrong with that, okay? Because sometimes people don't become asses instantly, guys. It's acquired. Over a period of time, people can become royal asses, like primo asses, because they didn't got it down so well. And if their parents were asses, they're the second generation of asses. So that's even harder, because that's two generations in of assholism. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So you got to make sure you got your spiritual fortitude up, because they just need you to know that they have no effect on you. And even if they do, please don't sit there and share with them why and get into that whole philosophical, because they will drive you batshit crazy. Okay. If something doesn't work for you, my grandma said, if it looks like a duck, it smells like a duck, it walks like a duck, it's a duck. You don't need to put your head in the lion's mouth to confirm it's a lion. Please trust your intuition. I'm getting ready to drop a newsletter about that. Just giving more credence to what God gave us with this God protective system. Y'all call it GPS for ground purpose. I call it GPS, ground protection system. God's protective system. Excuse me. God's protection system. Okay. Thank you, guys. Thank you. Thank you for the gifts. I appreciate it. Keep it coming. Yes. Yes. Because, babies, the war is in our minds and our hearts and our spirit, and we got to come together. Negative energy loves to hide and throw the rock and hide. Don't give it to them. Spread the light. Spread the light. Don't be complacent. Don't try to be nice. Make sure you have healthy boundaries. That's the other thing about this Scorpiana intentional energy. If you're clear on your manifestation, like you're really clear about what you do not want, this energy for this next 10, 14 days will help you shoo that other stuff away. Just go. Uh-huh. Why, you say? Because we were dealing with the spiritual aspect of the plutonium energy. That's Pluto energy. And with Pluto, the planet Pluto being in Aquarius right now, that gives it that extra electrical ability to amplify, because that's a fixed Aquarius. It's the only fixed air sign in that trilogy. So you got two fixed signs amplified by all this other Scorpio and Mercury with how we think, and Mars and how we feel. And I mean, whew, and then the sun. Okay. So let's use this information that I'm giving you guys to think about where you can gain some strength, where you can learn something. Okay. I don't think I had any Scorpios in the house because I asked and nobody chimed in on the chat box. So, okay, cool. That's cool. I would say to my earth people, it'd be a good time for you to kind of look at your intentions and review who you're giving the energy to. Okay, because right now we have all this water, so it's really important to look at your intent. My fire signs, you're just expected to be leaders right now. So please make sure whatever your actions are, they align with your belief system, because you do have people who admire you, look up to you, and are watching you. Okay, and that's my fire signs are my Leos, my Aries, and my Sagittarius. So leadership qualities. And from my earth sign, which is my Taurus, my Virgos, and my Capricorn, it's just time for you to look at your intent and see where you're giving your energy, because a lot of water's coming down. So it's giving you a chance to reevaluate Earth. Reevaluate. And from my air, this is all about your putting where your actions are going to be the most effective. Whatever's been going on for the last 6 months, it's coming to a head, air sign. So pick your position. Okay? Just pick your position. Okay, cool. Thank you, Ebony. Appreciate. Because see, guys, right now, energy is the most precious commodity we have. Because energy goes into time. Okay, and time weighs more than money in a lot of people's world. Now, sometimes in this world, it goes the other way. Money means more than time. But if you look at how you're spending your time and you evaluate what this energy is showing you, because this energy is manifesting. I mean, it's like right here on the surface. Okay, so it's not something we're thinking about. It's something that's in play as we are speaking right now. So what was pulling you internally? Money, family, car, holidays coming up. What's going on? But I need you to go internal. Okay, please don't get caught up in political stuff. Don't try to figure out what's all about going on in the community. I just need you to think about you for right now. What is your intent? What are you trying to make happen? What is your joy? I think that's the bigger question. What is joy to you? What does that look like? Think about it. You don't have to answer me. And as you think about it, spend a little time evaluating how important is that to your existence? How important is that for your well-being? Is your time precious to you, or you just don't, it doesn't matter, you get what you get when you get what you get, and who cares? Because that's a very important factor in dealing with the intentional energy and purpose that we have going on right now with this Scorpio energy. It will take you literally seriously, a little serious, or a lot serious. It's up to you and the energy you put behind it. But I put it like this. We had some unexpected stuff come up from my daughter's school. And I had a choice: freak out and lose my mind and run around like a chicken with my head cut off, or pray. Now, I'm very fortunate that I have a prayer group that I go to, that I've been fortunate to have for like the last 2 or 3 years. Wonderful ladies, wonderful ladies. And we all pray together. And I have to say, overall, pretty much, I'd say we're all doing pretty gosh darn well overall, because I do see changes and manifestation in a lot of them. So I do know it's progression, but like anything, we have to keep moving, keep coming up with new ideas, new horizons, new suggestions, what you need. So if you don't have that place, please try to find a spot like that. Now, I am thinking about putting together a prayer circle on Saturdays, absolutely free, because I know if you just spend 15 minutes in just the same mental energy for 15 minutes, and it's usually in prayer or reverence or just giving thanks, it's like multiplied 10 times. That's the nicest way I can say. When we do our meditations, our prayers, our prayer circle, I feel it magnified like 10, 15 times. And you want that energy around you. Yes, Skittles. Yes, yes, we do. Okay. It amplifies, it grows. And that's what you want. You want energy to grow. You ever seen older people that don't look their age? And they just have a pep in their step and they're not all downtrodden and bah humbug, and they can still walk around with a smile and they remember you, like they can actually talk to you and remember who you are. See, those are the lucky ones. They kept the cortexes in their mind good. They didn't disrespect their bodies, and they listened to their souls. Okay, life's going to go through different changes. Okay, if you're so fortunate to find love, hold on to it and enjoy it. If not of love of a spouse, love yourself to attract a better mate. But more importantly, honor yourself and what you want to do, and don't take your negativity out on others. It's not a good look. It makes you look like a bully, which always makes people want to beat your ass. And energetically, you rack up negative karma points. What is negative karma points, Ari? Well, negative karma points are when you keep doing stuff and at some point it's done to you and you don't get why. Whatever you do comes back to you. So it's better just to be kinder and not be so than to stay in and constantly continue to draw more of that energy to yourself. I have seen it. I have witnessed people who keep affirming to dumb shit, and then it keeps happening to them, and I'm just like, well, when you stop affirming to that, then that'll okay. But you can't tell somebody. They gotta want to do it for themselves, because they'll get upset with you and say you're trying to control them. Well, I don't see what I get out of controlling you, so watch the affirmation. And think about the audience that you're saying your affirmation with. Are these people who support you, that understand what you're saying, or just acquaintances? Don't put people of not importance in your spiritual realm, because they're not important. They're taking away. They're not giving you anything. That's also a part of manifestation. It needs to be a blend, to even exchange of energy. It's not one-sided. That makes sense? Because the universe is flowing with us all the time. We can't even repay the debt, if you want to be honest, of how much the universe has done for us just sitting here right now. The fact that you can watch me through this internet access on several different channels and platforms. The fact that my voice is being heard and possibly being replayed right now is very, very, very high. Yeah, it does make sense, don't it, Ebony? There's no accidents in the universe, you guys. You just have to be prepared for your positive intentions to manifest. And that's a little scary for people. A little scary, because we can get with the struggle. Because misery loves company. Misery will sit there and tell you every gosh darn thing that went wrong, won't she? In details. You're like, stop talking, Misery. Misery's just stop talking, and she won't shut up. She just keeps sharing her negativity. And finally, you gotta go, wow, you're just not gonna shut up, are you? And you gotta deal with it. Well, that's affirming. You're affirmed for, I'm not listening to you. This is not part of my scope. Blessings to you. Please step away. And then you find a way to gingerly, or matter of factly, walk on out the door. You don't have to sit around to be treated like poop. You don't need to sit around and be treated like poop. I mean, unless you're into it. Then if you're into it, knock yourself out. But I always see nice people trying to be polite, and they stick around a little bit longer than they should. Then they start getting treated kind of poorly because people think they're nice, so they can treat them like that. Then they get that righteous indignation. You treated me poorly. And then I say, don't even put your blood pressure through all that. Looks like a duck, sounds like a duck, smells like a duck, it's a duck. So if somebody's acting like an ass, they're doing holy shit, then you got to call it. They want to be an ass. And maybe just to you, maybe to your party. Who knows? Don't use your energy trying to figure out the whys. Use your feet to try to get the heck away from it ASAP. Because it's not doing you no good. It's not bringing you harmony. It's not bringing you success. It's not bringing you prosperity. Hell, it ain't even bringing you no love. So what is the point in saturating yourself around a bunch of situations and people who do not give a dang about you? Please help me understand. If anybody's into the pain part, please help me understand how. Because it's foreign to me. I don't think you should be constantly in some sort of chaos structure thing. And some people are addicted to it. I've personally witnessed couples that constantly have some sort of stress going on. And this couple I'm thinking about has 4 children. And you think with children you get more motivated. At least that's how I perceive, because most parents that I know, that I call friend, are more motivated by making sure the kids have and the things that they need for their family to survive. So naturally I would expect acquaintances that I meet to be the same, especially when they go doting over their child. And when you see somebody giving their kid like Takis for dinner with the sandwich from McDonald's, and the kid ain't drink water all day, and he's drinking Gatorade or that Monster Machine scary ass drink that I don't think should be on the market. And then the kid's all flipping out in the back, and she's like, "Oh, he's ADD." No, no, that's somebody that didn't want to show up and do all this stuff. So it was easier to give him foods. And these are not poor people. We're not talking about people that don't have nutritional options. So let's be very clear. This is not somebody that's being victimized and has limited food choices. These are someone who has options, has the money, has the time, has the means, chooses, okay, to go down, chooses to pick the lesser of a good nutritious banana, okay, as opposed to a banana flavored now later candy bar. I can't make this up. This is I have witnessed this. And they just look like that's totally normal because it is for them. It is. And it's not a bad thing. I mean, I can't control it. I will not personally be a part of it. My daughter got oatmeal for breakfast, or bacon and eggs, or a burrito with cheese and eggs or something. But she always started her day with some sort of protein, and we always ended with fruits and vegetables, because I was told by my grandmother that children need healthy food choices to get stronger, to get wiser, and to grow up healthy. And I completely believed her. And I'm glad I did. Now I'm going to ask you guys again, how many of you guys have had a fruit or vegetables today? Just put it in the chat. Don't be ashamed if you ain't done it. It's okay. It's okay. Just be aware that you can try. I know AMPM, for example, is a very convenient store, but it's very expensive. But, look at you, Miss Chocolate. See, I got the best students. They just be handling the business, but they also hit all their goals. So that's how they do that, because that's what you do when you're in the zone. You start handling your business because it's your business, and it becomes second nature. So you don't have no problems getting up and doing what you got to do. So very good, lady. Very good. And you can do it too, guys. Skittle is just hitting her mark. You can write down some of the things I'm saying today, find an affirmation that really, really works. I got some free information you can check out in my bio. Okay. And just, really own, where am I? This Scorpio energy is pushing us to look at our real intent, with Mercury, the Sun, and Venus all in Scorpio. And then we got Pluto, the planet that runs Scorpio, in Aquarius. Holy moly, it's electric. It's electric magnetism in prayer form, in my opinion. Now, that doesn't mean the sex ain't going to be available, because Scorpio rules sex, so people going to be sexy. I ain't mad at them because they sexy. There's nothing wrong with that. And as long as y'all consenting adults, y'all do what y'all want to do. So don't be surprised if somebody from your past, because we do have some retros. I didn't touch really on those today. I want to talk about the Scorpio thing. I don't want to overwhelm you. See, the GAP program gives you more information. So I suggest you check that out. Okay. But what I'm trying to say is, energetically, we can only do so many things at a time. And I'm not going to be the one to overwhelm you. So I'm going to break it down like a sandwich so you can take little bitty bites so you don't gag on it. Because I know how big this is. I get it. And I can feel the change. I can feel the shift in the energy. Maybe because we have so much electronics available that you can pretty much get whatever you want. But I think more importantly, we know we have choice. And I hope, if nothing else is heard today, that you sink into your heart that you have a choice and you can choose to do something differently, even if it's just one small victory. My father was in the military. And the one thing he taught me to do every day when I get up is to make up my bed. No matter where I am or where I go, I will straighten up my bed so it looks kept. Why did I do this? Because he told me you need to accomplish one thing to kickstart your day and let it go. And it's true. When I started just making up my bed, I felt like I did something. I accomplished something. I was a kid. And then for the rest of the day, I look for that feeling. Okay. Well, even now as an adult, if I leave the house and I got to leave in a hurry or unexpectedly, and I leave the house a mess, especially my bedroom, I am so uncomfortable when I come home. I just feel like I just didn't take care of business and I just left my house a mess. And it's not gross or anything like that. It's just I grew up with order. So that's what I'm comfortable with. And it's not a bad thing. It's not a bad thing. So you got to just know what energy works for you so that you can embrace it instead of fighting it, if that makes sense. Like once you know something about yourself, then you know how to address yourself and you don't have to beat up on other people. Okay? Because as we grow and change, only thing consistent is you. And what you like and don't like means a great deal, guys, to your well being, your soul, even choosing a mate. Man, listen to your heart. Pay attention to what's being shown to you and then what this person is doing for you. Okay, those two factors should clear up a lot of confusion about what they want from you. And if it's something you feel comfortable giving, yay, team, woo, woo, woo. But if it's not, get your butt out of there. Don't sit around to wait for the axe to come down. You know what I mean? I was watching so many shows, and I don't sit and watch. I kind of like ADD. I kind of skim through a lot of them because people tell me about old shows, and I never watched a lot of TV. I was always busy uh, building my company. Anywho, so on one of the shows, they were talking about how the lady had mind control, and if she went into someone's head that was too resistant, and she stayed there too long, she can make them an imbecile. Sorry, don't mean to laugh. And there was this one guy who was just a complete. I mean, you talking. He was nasty to her, and he didn't think she could do it to him. I think she stayed a little bit longer because the next scene is him sitting with drool coming out of his mouth because he underestimated her. And that's what people are doing right now. Don't take people for granted. Don't look at somebody and think you know something. In other words, don't judge a book by its cover. Wait for people to show you their intentions, like what they're trying to do for you, with you, why they're trying to talk to you. There's always reasons. So use your maturity, use your intellect, and more importantly, use your heart. Because if something is conflicting, that's an answer too. Okay? If something feels right, that's an answer too. All of these nuances make up who you are, how you feel, and that sets it up for you in the universe to have what you're claiming in your life manifest. But you can't get there without dealing with yourself. Some of the saddest things I witness is when things are opening up and affirmations are happening and things are on track, the person decides to just stop and not make any more of an effort because they're tired. You're like, no, 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 make one more effort. But you can't make somebody do anything. You got to respect their wishes, even if they're very, very, very close to you. So I say it on to you for this next 10 days or so, because I'll see you next week. So that's already going to be 8 of the 10. Just think about your intention. Think about how powerful an intention you can make right now that you can see yourself receiving. I need you to see it happening. I need you to feel what it was like to have what you're expecting in the world. How would you act differently? What would you put out? Do that right now and watch yourself attract that energy, because that's what it's about, guys. And that's not something anybody can master. It's something you have to develop within you, because you have to be comfortable attracting a lot of people too. Okay, you can't get mad and say fuddy duddy to everybody because, okay, and jealousy is okay. Jealousy, as long as you are admitting that you wish it was you, no problem. Now you start saying you hate the person, you want them to die, then we got to talk, because that's not cool. That goes into demonic dark hearted stuff, and you don't want to attract that in your life, right? I didn't think so. So this week, okay, Manifesting with Ari is asking you to tune into yourself. I want you to just take a peek, take a listen, what's going on in here. Find an affirmation that works for you. Find an affirmation that you blend with. Okay, I have some. You can check my store out, okay, and see if you like them there. Look at your chart. Find out where your Scorpio is, because that's where you're getting the most energy from. If your Mercury's in Scorpio, then you're on fire. Your Mercury's in Venus, you're going to be really close to the people you love. Your Mercury's in Mars. Excuse me, your Venus in Scorpio, or your Venus in Scorpio intense. But if your Mars is in Scorpio, just make sure you can find somebody that you love and that loves you. And it's a mutual thing, okay? Look, the world is going to keep doing what it's doing. It's important that you find your rhythm internally so that you can be the best version of yourself that you can be. I know it's possible. I have seen it happen. I have coached people through many, many moons, and I've developed products and services that can help you along the way, but you got to participate. This is a self course. This is your taking control of you. Do you want to do that? Listen, regardless if you like it or not, the stars are going to have an effect on you. So why not understand the best possible way to align yourself with them? Okay? All right. Well, I'm going to go because we got to get some stuff done today. I want to say thank you so much for all my TikTok people, all the love you guys show me today. And thank you so much. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Oh, and YouTube. Thank you so much for being patient while I work out all my technical. But as always, I adore you. I appreciate you guys. Please like and share and subscribe. And just remember, you guys, okay, you're blessed. The fact that you can hear me, take that and run with it. You are blessed. Ari says you're blessed. Just own that and see where that takes you. And give me some feedback. Let me know how your affirmations are working for you. I love you too, Skittles. And remember, you're not alone. Not by a long shot. Just don't give up. I won't give up if you don't give up. All right. Stay blessed. Namaste. Bye. The next time.